Denny Hamlin has to be smooth, not make a mistake.
Coming up on the final turn, Martin Truex Jr. is going to be aggressive. Aggressive goes around. Denny Hamlin will win at the Glen.
Way to go, guys.
No question about it, Denny Hamlin is now one of the very few drivers who have won on a road course. It's his first win at Watkins Glen in 11 starts, first career road course win, and 28th career Sprint Cup Series win. Denny now joins us from Victory Lane at Watkins Glen. And Denny, when you look back to the last road course race, what happened at Sonoma on the final lap, it looked like this time around you were going to make no question about it.
Well, it was my job to make them pass me instead of, giving away the pass. So that was the biggest thing for me at those final 2 laps, was to make sure that I hit my marks. If they caught me, they caught me, but then they'd have to make a very aggressive move to get around me. I felt like I drove those last few laps as good as I could. I backed it down a little bit the last few corners just to make sure that I didn't miss the corner, and it probably let those guys get a little closer than what I was comfortable with. But man, it was a great victory for us and our whole FedEx team, and it took 11 tries, but finally we got us a road course win, and we've hit for the cycle now.
Yeah, Denny, you've won some big races, including the Daytona 500 earlier this year. But when we did the piece at Sonoma prior to the Sonoma race weekend for race day, you told me I've wanted every type of racetrack and Sprint Cup you can win at except the road course. You have no idea how bad I want to win a road course race. How big truly is this win for you?
It ranks right up there, I'll be honest with you, because at a road course, aero's not as important, the motor's not as important. It's about the driver and hitting his marks and being aggressive but staying on the racetrack. And really, that was what we did well all day today. Is I didn't make any mistakes. I think I overdrove one corner, one lap, and didn't make any mistakes on pit road. And it well executed weekend for our FedEx team, and this is what we can do when we execute.
Well, speaking of mistakes, how about your teammate Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski? Is that what you expected to happen on that restart with 10 to go? Because they didn't crack the door. They opened the door wide open for you to get the lead right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Kyle made an aggressive move on the outside. He really drove in there, and that almost forced Brad's hand to drive in a little bit deeper to make sure Kyle didn't pinch him down. So I watched it all happen out, and I knew they couldn't make it off that corner. There was no possible way with the speed they were carrying on entry that they were going to come off with any sensible line whatsoever. So it was up to me to be smooth and hit my marks, and that's what I did.
Hey, Denny, it's a very physical thing to drive one of these race cars, especially at a road course. We noticed when you got out of the car, you were having a little bit of trouble with your back. How is it, and how much of a factor was that today?
It was the worst conditions I've ever driven in, for sure. I mean, all the knees, surgeries, the ACLs, all that stuff doesn't mean anything compared to the pain I was in today. I don't know. I get these spells. I probably had 10 of them throughout my career where it's about a 2 to 3 day spell where I just can't move. My back it spasms up and I can't move, and it just it's very aggravating. And I knew when I woke up this morning I was in big trouble. And I kind of gave Wheels code on the radio that maybe you ought to start thinking about finding Eric Jones. And I just knew that I needed to tough it out. The biggest part about it is I feel like I couldn't feel the car as good as I needed to because I was tensing my back up so much. I mean, over the bumps and everything, it was just excruciating. I can't even tell you how bad, but to power through and get a win, it makes it even more gratifying.
Well, Denny, congratulations once again. We certainly hope your back gets better and enjoy this one. You're now a road course winner.
All right, thank you guys.